I created my first Amazon KDP book early in 2024. It was a word search book and was honestly solely for the purpose of seeing how easy or hard it was to create a book, publish it, and make money for a video for this channel. Well, I actually had a lot of fun making it, even though I had many challenges. Things such as BookBolt wouldn't create what I wanted. I ended up using an Excel word search macro that I bought for $10 that did what I wanted, but was still very time consuming, and then of course having to get my cover art made. This gave me KDP fever though. It made me realize that KDP is a true contender for passive income. You know, a lot of passive income videos here on YouTube talk about various passive income topics, but they really aren't truly passive. I watched many videos by Paul Merles, Sean Dollwet, Caroline from Self-Publishing Central, and many others. I saw coloring books from people like Meg Publishing and Coco Wyo smashing it, as well as many people in the word search space, as well as crossword puzzles and Sudokus. If you take the time to create the books and do some marketing, this definitely has huge potential for passive income. Paul Merles doesn't seem to be doing videos anymore, but Sean Dollwet cranks them out regularly. I highly recommend you watch him, Caroline, and others to learn all you can. That's what I did on my journey. I noticed that many of these individuals who publish books a lot of times had 10% of the books they published were making the lion's share of the revenue, and that the other 90% didn't have nearly as many sales, if any sales at all. This, of course, is true in many other businesses. So I thought, I want 100, maybe even 500 books published. You know, the shotgun approach. Put enough books out there and there will be a few that hit home, and I did quality books. Sean Dollwet always talks about doing quality over quantity. Well, Sean, it's actually possible to do both. Myself and my assistant went on to publish almost 100 books by October, and by November we got to 143, and we didn't do anything in December. But I definitely plan on working our way to 500. We started publishing these in April of 2024 and created most of our books in about 60 days. Yes, I said about 60 days. Amazon KDP allows you to publish a maximum of 3 books per day, and there were many days we hit those numbers. And you can easily do this too. Stay with me. I'm going to share with you how we did it. In October, these are the numbers I hit. That's right, $32,614. In November, I did $38,111. And in December, I did $45,992. Okay, not quite $46,000, but close enough. I have 3 Amazon KDP accounts, and it's entirely permissible the way I'm doing it. I have a personal account and 2 accounts under company names. By doing this, you can actually get 3 books published per day per account. Now, I'd love to tell you that it was easy. Well, creating the books was actually very easy, but creating the books is just the beginning. Once you've created it and published it to Amazon, it's out there in a sea of 9 million books. How on earth is anyone to find your book? Well, you're going to have to do some marketing, and because I'm going to show you how to make your books easily, which used to be the hard part, the marketing now becomes the harder part. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I made these books, how I marketed them, and how I spent the money. Well, I'll leave out that last part. So back to the beginning where I was telling you how I published my first book. Once I published my first book, I realized that Amazon KDP might actually be a decent passive income option. Having an extensive software development background of more than 4 decades, I saw the flaws of the applications that I tried to use and the one that I ultimately used. Well, I saw many ways I could streamline and automate the process. Now, I have a little bit of an unfair advantage than you. I have a software company, and I had one of my developers to build me my own application to automate this process. But don't leave yet. This is actually good news for you too. I had him to make the software as an online service so that entrepreneurs such as yourself could make use of it too. Now, many of you are going to make comments that this is an advertisement, and in some ways it kind of is, but I'd prefer for you to view this as I intend it to be, how I wanted to enter this space and how I created an application for myself that allowed me to accomplish this. This has happened many times in history. Spencer Silver, a scientist at 3M, was trying to create a strong adhesive, but instead developed a low-tack adhesive. Well, Art Fry, another 3M employee, used it to stick bookmarks to his hymn book without damaging the pages. And that gave the world Post-it notes. Nick Woodman wanted a way to capture high-quality action shots while surfing, so he developed what we now know as the GoPro. Irving Naxon wanted a convenient way for his family to prepare a traditional slow-cooked stews like his grandmother used to make, and that got us the crock-pot. Now, I'm no Spencer Silver, Art Fry, Nick Woodman, or Irving Naxon, but the software I made for myself for this has worked pretty well. And I decided to make it so that others could use it as well. The specs I gave my employee were for word search, crossword puzzles, Sudokus, mazes, coloring books, and journals. I also wanted to be able to mix and match these pages for activity books. What he ultimately made me was Book Brewery, bookbrewery.com. It allowed a friend of mine's daughter to publish around 30 coloring books and myself to publish a mix of coloring books, Sudokus, word search, crossword puzzles, and activity books. Amazon KDP allows you to publish under pen names if you choose, and I did just that. I didn't really want my name to be on the books. For word search books, I was able to use my own themes and words, or let Book Brewery come up with them for me. For example, I could create a word search book with the topic of food, and Book Brewery will create the puzzles based on that topic, such as vegetables, fruits, meats, condiments, and so on. And of course, it will come up with the words for each of those puzzles. You can choose whether you want 10, 15, 20, 30, or more. You can truly choose the number of words, even if it is an odd number like 23. It's up to you. All text, including the puzzle letters, are customizable. You can choose the font size, bold, italic, color, and so on. You can even put a background on the page. And speaking of backgrounds, you can choose a global background that will appear on all pages, or you can choose backgrounds per page. But the cool part of that is you can choose a global background, but pick a few pages where you want to choose a background individually, and it will override the global background on those pages. Now here's another cool part. You can make a word search book with 100 puzzles in 10 minutes or so if you're having Book Brewery to come up with the words and puzzle names. But again, you can come up with your own words if you want. Crossword puzzles are pretty much the same. Create your own clues and words or let Book Brewery do it. And you have the same customization options, and the time to generate is about the same 10 minutes or so as word searches. Sudokus, well, not the same. Yes, customization is the same, but time to generate, like as little as a couple of minutes for 100 puzzles. Seriously. Mazes and journals are also that quick to produce. Now for coloring books, we really wanted to include the ability to generate artwork in Book Brewery, but the cost to do so would cause each book you produce to cost an extra $8 to $10 per book because we were using Leonardo AI to create the artwork. And maybe that's okay with you. I wasn't sure how that would work with the public, so for now, auto-generated artwork isn't included. You can totally upload your own designs though. Once you've uploaded all of your designs, a coloring book takes about 3 minutes to produce into an Amazon KDP ready formatted book. I would be interested in hearing from you if you think having auto-generated images using AI for an additional fee per book is something you think is okay to offer. Hit the comments if you think this is something you'd like us to include. It's really fast for us to include because we've already actually created the code for this. The one thing you still have to do is create your cover. Sean Dollwet recommends hiring that out on Fiverr, and from his videos, that appears to cost around $25 to $30 to get done, and I totally agree with him. Sean gives a lot of great advice, and his videos have helped get me to where I am on my publishing journey. We are considering offering cover design by a human in one of our 2 South American offices for $30, and again, I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you'd like to see that as an option. Now onto marketing. In the beginning, I tried using Amazon ads, But honestly, that can get expensive, and I honestly found it to cost me more than it made me on the books. But at the same time, it did get some sales going. I also tried Pubby and Get Books Reviewed to get some reviews, and that worked a little, but I'm not sure it helped a whole lot. We also did a little Facebook ads, and those seemed to work better than Amazon ads, but not crazy better. Ultimately, we did social media posts, lots of social media posts. We posted on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter, or X as it's now called. I feel like we've had the most luck on TikTok and Instagram, although I do think the Facebook ads helped some. Now, I published a couple of high content books in October, and I have 3 more that I'm publishing later this month that are also high content books. I marketed these 2 books differently, very differently. These were niche books, books where I could get the emails of potential buyers, and I used Instantly.ai and Smartly.ai, both of which are cold email marketing services, to send emails to those potential buyers. I'm going to cover how I did this in an upcoming video, probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. If I'm honest, I think this is a gold mine. So here's what you can expect from me on videos this month. First of all, the topics I like to cover are passive income, artificial intelligence, and travel and living abroad. After all, I'm an American expat or digital nomad, splitting time between Bogota, Colombia, and Interlaken, Switzerland. So while you'll see some videos in these areas, I'm going to do separate step-by-step videos on how you can create a word search puzzle book. And I'm going to do another video on how to do a crossword puzzle book, and another video on how to make a Sudoku book, and maze books, journals, and coloring books. Each of these videos will show you how to do these step by step using not only Book Brewery, but also other options, including free options. And of course, I'm going to be sharing how I did my email marketing for my books. We've dropped the pricing for Book Brewery for a limited time from $20 a month to $9.99 per month, or $49.99 for the year, down from $99 for the year. There's a free plan so you can try it out as well. We also want to hear from those of you who use it on what additional features you'd like to see in the future. My goal is to keep making it better. And one more thing, we're in the process of organizing a virtual conference for passive income and digital nomads. If you have an interest in something like this, go to this link and add yourself, and we'll notify you once more details are available. If you want to be notified when these videos and other similar videos drop, be sure to hit the subscribe and bell notifications, and while you're at it, do me a solid and hit that like button too. I'd really appreciate it, as it really helps a small channel like mine. Until next time,